we looked around the room.
Going, certainly you're not talking to me, that must be an April Fool's joke. It was my 50th birthday, and my husband had planned a whole huge surprise party. We were all going to fly to New York, and my friends up there, and people were coming from near and far. And
to be told that she had cancer,
it just didn't seem real.
I called to figure out how it went. My dad answered, and he was like, well, we'll talk about it when we get home.
And at first the news came back that it would be okay. We didn't need to do chemo. The surgery would take care of things. Well, a few weeks had gone by, and my oncologist called and said, well, we've learned that it is in fact something that needs to be treated with chemo. That's when my world shattered.
Michelle is very brave, because brave to me means having to do something you really don't want to do. And she really, really did not want to do chemotherapy.
I had never been sick in my life, and the few times that I had taken any medication, I've had horrible reactions to it. And what my oncologist told me was that right now this is all we have. This is the best we have, and this is all I can offer you.
Once she started to lose her hair, it started to really kind of sink in of what was going on and what could happen.
One of the things that stands out is my oncologist said to me very early on, I had come to her with information that I had read about, and I said, but you know, if I eat healthy, if I do this, if I exercise, if I take vitamins, that it won't come back.
Michelle went to hell and back. It was surgery, chemo, radiation, it's things I've never even dreamed of or saw.
And one of the things she said to me was, I don't know anything about nutrition. All I can offer you is the chemo that I know about. And something clicked in me at that time. I would like to see chemo become the last resort as opposed to the first resort. And there's so many different people around the world that have different ways of looking at it. You know, maybe the whole purpose is for me to try to connect the people that do know something about nutrition, to connect with these people that know the drug cure side of this. We've got a lot of beautiful children coming up that just don't need to go through this.
One of the hardest things I had to deal with and face in the whole process was that I had to continue to work.
And knowing that it was his job to keep the insurance going, he went on to his next job and had people come in as stand-ins. And I have to say, sisters and girlfriends rule. I mean, they just, you know, we did happy, fun stuff all the time.
She didn't let it get to her. She tried to just get through it as best the way that she could.
We made a paper chain. So every time I received a treatment, we would remove a chain link. And actually, this quilt was made. Each square has a happy something from somebody in my life. It's just family and friends, you know, sharing their fears, sharing their love, sharing their hope.
And I think that's partly because we were so far away. We felt that that was the best thing we could offer her. And so even my kids were writing their messages in that way.
And we gave her the quilt and she just fell apart.
And it just reminds me, you know, that there's just a lot of love out there.